Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Just here for a short one tonight because just a couple small things I missed yesterday because some stuff popped up later on in the evening after I had already put up yesterday's video. Um, okay, I'm hearing a lot of weirdness going on, a lot of rumors going on, and like I said, to keep this in mind, but this so far is rumor. All right. Um, Someone has it apparently on good authority that the next doctor, of course, as we know, because RTD gave it up, that the next doctor's already been chosen. And word drifting around is that is more than likely Tom Rosenthal. Now, I was scoffing at this, like, come on, how many names have we had pop up over the last, God knows how many months? Everything from Luke Treadway to Chris Marshall, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Tilda Swinton. But was somebody pointed out, if you go to Odds Checker, suddenly out of nowhere, and I kind of predicted this was going to happen because this is what happened with Peter Capaldi. Tom Rosenthal has shot out of nowhere all the way to the top of the list within the last few hours. Also, before you go, oh my God, there's also rumor drifting around Gallifrey Base, and like I said, I hate using them as a source because they're right maybe 30% of the time, and that is that there's allegedly going to be an announcement on the 24th. That would be 4 days from now. Once again, we're going to have to keep our eyes open on this. Like I said, don't believe unless you hear it from the Beeb. I was just skimming this guy's thing because I had never heard of this guy before, so I looked him up. Joe ran through Wikipedia really quick, and this is apparently what the dude looks like. 29 years old, mainly known for stand-up, some television roles, but like I said, very young fella. And I'm really hoping they are not doing a total about face and going all the way back to the days of Tennant and Smith in some desperate effort to get the younger female audience back on board. And I really don't want to go back to that style of doctor after Peter was in for the last couple of years, but like I said, it's not unbelievable because Tom Rosenthal is a relative unknown, and he does have the Broadchurch connection. So he would be affiliated with Chibnall. So I'm going to have to put a major spoiler alert on this video just in case, because I don't want anybody blowing up in case it turns out he is. See, look at this. I'm sitting here and I knocked the camera off. We must have Eve's butt. I'm sorry. It's a precious item. Okay. So that's what I'm hearing. Now let's go for the really nitty gritty. Let's go some really neat stuff. Let's go to the publicity pictures. All right, so let's jump on over there. Okay, these are the ones that came up, of course, on Far, Far Away and on Doctor News after it I already put up the video. Okay, we all know what this is, so that's not a surprise. Nardal. Check out the Nardal flannel jacket wear and suit and whatnot. But this, okay, there's Missy looking rather weird. Okay, let's see if we can get this full screen without knocking. Oh, oops, sorry. I keep forgetting that you go to full screen. These are really high-res images. Apparently having some kind of weird difference of opinion going on here. Notice the earpieces, probably keeping them in contact with the doctor in the TARDIS. I am Doctor Who, and these are my disposables. Okay. Check out the garb. She ain't looking too happy. Now, there's a rumor going around that apparently somehow she gets shot through the chest, and that's why she winds up with the chest unit. Once again, keep in mind, these are rumors. I don't have anything solid on that. Check out Mr. Blue here. Notice there's been an outbreak of blue people on Doctor Who this year. Okay, moving on. Now, this picture is very key because a lot of people have been noticing on this picture, and I kind of noticed it myself if you take a good look. Let's bring it up a little closer. Oops, sorry. Oh no, vertical hold's gone. Okay. Look at the look on the doctor's face, the hand on the chest unit, indicating a possible fondness. Some speculation is saying, could this be Bill? after conversion. Or could it be Nardole? But I don't know. It's kind of thin to be Nardole. I know. I'm a fat guy. I'm allowed to do that. Okay, so we have to wonder. Like I said, we'll find out in a couple days. Well, a few days. But that's very interesting photo there with his hand just resting on the chest unit and the astounded look on his face. Because there's a lot of speculation going around. And like I said, I even heard one rumor going around that Bill is not going to come out of this unscathed, if alive at all. Okay. How's it hanging, Nardole? Not bad. Okay. All right. Doc having a talk apparently with one of the Mondasian Cybermen. And like I said, someone asked me, when did you explain all that? I said, I don't know how many times I explained why they're called Mondasian Cybermen. I even had to go over it again, I believe, in this week's podcast. Notice the look down and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of when the Brig was a Cyberman and whatnot. That, kind of look ashamed type of deal. Makes you wonder. Here's a bunch of those guys. You see, these guys, like I said, a lot of people have been making fun of the cloth face and all that, but that's how they started out. And these guys are really freaking creepy. They do look like mechanical zombies, man. It's like, whoa. Let's have a march. Who wants to go marching around the square? Okay, moving around. Oh, my God. How come I hear Van Halen's Jump playing at this point? Might as well jump. Okay, moving on. Now, here are the Tony Stark Iron Man Cybermen, as we've started seeing in Nightmare and Silver. And like I said, I still can't believe they just blatantly gave them a light-up chest unit and all that shit. And, they're basically, and even look at the design of the suit itself. That's why I still call them Tony Stark Iron Man Cybermen, because that's what they look like to me. Even look at the sleekness on the faceplate. Looking at this from the side, square out the eye, and what does that look like to you? That's just me. But apparently they're making an appearance, as are the quote-unquote. Now, a lot of people have been confused about these guys. They did start out using this suit for the SKYPE Cybermen. But when they came back over to this universe, the guys who showed up in these suits later on, like, say, Good Man Goes to War and on, they're not the SKYPE guys. You'll notice the SKYPE logo is not present. And that's been a common mistake, because all they did was they had all these suits already made up, so they went ahead and reused them for the Cybermen in this universe. So these are not anything to do with SKYPE for you folks who have been wondering about that. These are what the Cybermen looked for a while. And this look kind of had the bulky, I'm going to beat your ass look, which was kind of nice. But at the same time, I do kind of like the Tony Stark Iron Man Cybermen better. But hey, folks, it's time to go to the hospital for your repo treatment. Oh, sorry, wrong opera. So I'm Mr. Blue. Whoa, whoa. When you say, oh, sorry. Check out the gun on this guy. Wow. But notice that uniform and all that, because that plays a part later on here in a bit. Okay, Nardole and the Doc hanging out. Okay, I'm going this way. And who the hell this guy is, I don't know. But check out the monocle. He put a little top hat on him. He's got the steampunk thing going on there. All right. Yeah, that lady just creeps me out all by herself, man. Okay, there are those guys. There are those guys. And there are these guys. Back to those guys. You see, they went back to the inbuilt weaponry and all that with these latest editions of Cyber, because back in the 80s and all that, they were carrying the rifles, and then with the one Tom Baker episode, they're firing the gun out of their head. I remember that for a while. And I'm just creepy. I just want a little hug. Okay. My heart is mechanical for you. Okay. So you can see the Cybermen's origins very cleanly in these, pics, where they came from. Okay, we've had enough of those two. Who gives a damn? All right, let's get to the one we want to see. Oh, Missy, you're so fine. Okay, and there it is. That's the one we want to see. Notice this very familiar thing. That looks am I crazy, or is that the laser screwdriver? Back in action. Kind of nice to see that prop coming back, if that is what it appears to be. So, yeah, Sim definitely in the episode. I just hope it doesn't turn out they're going to go all the way to the end of the episode and all of a sudden, look, give me a Keth, and there he is. I really can't stand that. So I really hope he's going to have a little bit more active role in this upcoming episode. Sadly, like I said, we had one source telling us you're supposed to be seeing multiple incarnations of the Master across the season, and it turns out that was a blatant lie. So, come on, we're coming up on episode 11, and nobody else is showing up. So it would have been a nice touch, but apparently not. It's not going to happen. Okay, so one of the big questions I'm still trying to figure out is where the hell are the shock, the Earth Shock Cybermen, the attack of the Cybermen, the way you call it, the revenge of the Cybermen, where are the moon-based Cybermen, where's the way you call it, two Cybermen, where the hell are they at? Why did they go from Mondasian all the way up to Cybus? That's one part that astonishes the shit out of me, unless they didn't have any suits available, to use. But at the same time, it's just, they should have at least thrown one or two in there just for the shits and giggles of it. So, okay, moving on. Doctor Who Adventures, by the way, is going to pause publication. Panini's confirmed that Doctor Who Adventures is to stop publication after the next edition released on the 22nd of June. Subscribers of the magazine have received an email saying the magazine is pausing publication, but with no indication as to when or if publication will ever resume. Digital subscriptions will be converted to subscriptions for Doctor Who Magazine or can be canceled. Doctor Who Adventures began life as a fortnightly magazine back in 2006 during the first wave of popular success for the revived Doctor Who. It was initially published by BBC Worldwide, the corporation's own commercial subsidiary, but in 2015 it moved to Panini, the publishers of Doctor Who Magazine. And in recent years, Doctor Who Adventures has suffered a major fall in circulation from a high point of about 56,000 to about, in 2010, to about 10,000 in the last audited period, and that was the second half of 2016. So I'm having an eerie feeling it's gone tits up and it's taken on water. Come on, that's a major, major drop in circulation. By contrast, Doctor Who Magazine has had an audited circulation currently of 22,523 in that same period, so that second half of 2016 as of right now. So, it kind of sucks. Moving on. Eaters of Light, and I forgot to mention this last night, very sorry, had an AI of 81. Not bad, but not spectacular either. At least it didn't drop into the 70s. Like I said, don't freak out about the overnights. Okay, and then this one, I don't know why I'm throwing it in, because now Peter's saying, I will always want to give my best and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. People have been going off on me about this, but I 150% am sure he is not leaving for the reasons he's saying, that he is walking off because I believe he was pressured to go. And a lot of people are questioning me on that, saying that's an opinion. I go, yeah, watch the Graham Norton show again, where he's going from 1 minute he's talking perfectly fine, and when he gets hit with that question, he cocks his head, he starts stuttering his words, and watch where his eyes go. If I'm not mistaken, his eyes jump upward and to the left. You don't have to have watched one episode of The Mentalist to know what that means. That means you're about to concoct some major bullshit. And also the fact that he came out on BBC Two with the BBC had no knowledge that he was going to quit. Not one iota. Because even the BBC Two radio presenter at the time said she had no idea he was going to say that. He just openly said, that's it, I'm done, I'm gone. Which means he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave on his own terms and knock them on their ass. And I think that's because, as you saw this year, they started handing out surveys with the episodes with entire sections alone dedicated to the Doctor. And that right there is 195% unorthodox. And notice, but of course, as you realize, over 77% of all statistics, I completely flubbed that line. But as most of you out there know, especially on the internet, 77% of all statistics are made up. So there you go. That's how I get away with 195% sure. But I am well over 100% sure he was pressured to leave. And I have an eerie feeling that Pearl Mackie, when she goes on the radio this coming weekend, on Radio 2, she's going to say that she's leaving as well. I would not be the least bit surprised, because they want a clean slate for Chibnall. And whether Chibnall had any involvement in her leaving, I do not know. But that's my opinion on it. Like I said, take me as fact or not. I think eventually the truth will out that he was pressured to leave. Okay, so this video is already gone on longer than I thought it was going to be because, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. Like I said, word is now hitting the wire that Tom Rosenthal is to be the next doctor and allegedly going to be announced in 4 days on the 24th. So we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled. Remember, don't believe unless you hear from the Beeb. But as I showed you, suddenly out of nowhere, literally from the back aisles, Tom Rosenthal's name has shot all the way to the top of an odds checker. So that's something that happened with Peter Capaldi. Sure, we've had a lot of names bounce up and down since then, but this is literally out of left field completely. So I don't know, folks. Just keep your eyes on, keep your eyes on the road and your hand on the wheel, because it's going to be a weird ride for the next few weeks until they finally announce who the next doctor is. And then we've been going over this for months. So what can you do? Just ride the wave. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm done rambling. Take care. Have a great day.